That's how you start a thing. You just start.
Yeah.
That's it. Just be relentless about it.
Hello, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
We hope we find you well.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Longleaf Piney Resort.
The Longleaf Piney Resort.
We have a whole nother teaser. We went to Fais Dodo.
Fais Dodo.
Some people call it Fais Doo-Doo.
Well,
but that's not a thing.
I didn't say it.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You said that earlier. Everyone knows it. We hope you're well. We want you to like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, check out our website.
Yeah, become a patron on Patreon. Give the gift of Patreon. Become a patron.
$3 a month gets you early access to every episode, a couple days early. You get to really find out what's going on. And $5 a month, you get our behind-the-scenes outtakes, kind of our process, sometimes how we make a whole song.
What?
All kinds of bonus content, and that helps us keep the show going. So we appreciate those of you who have already become patrons. We love you, and we thank you so, so much. I think it's time to get the show started.
Santa!
Perfect. We have a podcast. What? It's on YouTube. Okay. Starring Massive J and Drew. The Hardest Street Boys are coming to town.
Yeah.
Get up there. Let's go.
Let's go.
We thank all y'all for watching. It put a smile upon our face. You know that you're the reason Hattiesburg is a great place.
Hardy Street Boys, the Hardy Street Boys, the Hardy Street Boys, we're the Hardy Street Boys. In case you didn't know, we're the Hardy Street Boys.
Man, I love Christmas time.
Yeah, me too.
It's cold again.
For the time being.
It was hot, then it's cold.
Yeah, well, again, we can't talk about weather because it fluctuates, man. You just gotta. Yeah, I sing that song.
That's you and Katy Perry are the most famous people to sing that
You think
song.
so? Mm-hmm. Well, that's fun.
You're tied with Katy Perry.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, man. Really excited about Christmas. Had a killer week.
Yeah.
I'm actually very tired, so I don't want to complain.
No, please tell me what you got into this past week.
Dude, I saw Lewis Cole's big band at Tipitina's.
What?
In New Orleans. It was insane.
That is awesome.
You know, Lewis Cole's got he's internet. He's a big deal on the internet.
Dude, I've seen some of his videos. They're amazing.
The Bank Account song is my personal favorite because it speaks to me. He did all these arrangements with horns. It was kind of like a continuation of the 2019 tour that they went on that, was shut down by...
Okay.
But dude, it was so cool to see him play in person, and just the overall vibe at Tips was just so much fun, man. That's such a cool venue.
It is. I love going to Tipitina's, man. I've had some great times there. Seen some great acts. Got introduced to some awesome music there, and of course, just being there with a bunch of your friends. It's just a great time. Yeah,
it was a good vibe. It's really cool getting to go to New Orleans and do some city things that. But
city life.
Man, just the show was killer, and man, Lewis Cole is an incredible drummer, but also just artist. He even did some poetry.
See, that's cool.
Quality over opinion every time. Stuff like that. You're just like, oh, that's really cool, man. So yeah. I really enjoyed that, man. Getting to hang and see some heavies too, just see Stanton Moore just hanging out. At the bar. That's baller.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool. So, yeah, man, it was a good time. And then Thursday, got to hang out and see the Weeks at Brewski's.
Say what?
In town.
The Weeks were in town?
National talent.
That's awesome.
Just balling, man. It was a great show. I'm not super familiar with their discography, but they're one of the few bands I think they really bring it live.
They really do.
Their albums are cool.
Yeah.
I'm not talking any trash at all. Somehow, though, live, do they sound better? I don't know how that's possible. Normally, it's the other way around.
I was going to say, they're phenomenal artists, and they have ties to Mississippi, as you know, and I think I caught them, it was years ago, they were in downtown playing at the Dollar Box. Old Ben Shimper got them in town, so
yeah, same
old Benny Boom Boom, bringing it. So
yeah. They were, and they've been on Letterman. I think they were on Leno too. They've played some big gigs, but normally you hear their record, a band's record, and then you go see them live, and it's like, whoa, they did some stuff in the studio to make the singer sound better, blah blah blah. It's like, no, man, this guy can wail.
Yeah,
he can
really
amazing. Sing. It's refreshing too when you see a group like that that's made it, or is nationally known. and they still bring it for a show in kind of a small town. Like they were bringing it.
Oh yeah.
And
Brewskis is a good hang too, you know.
It's a
good crowd.
It's a good crowd. You know, you always, I think on Thursday nights that's so hit or miss. Like it wasn't packed. You want it to be packed, but yeah, it was a great time, and you could tell it was music lovers who were there. But man, so good live. Super spoiled. So a Tuesday and a Thursday, I got to see Lewis Cole and then the Weeks in the same.
Yeah.
Within 3 days.
Live music, man.
I'm exhausted, but it was such a good time, man.
That's awesome.
Such a good time.
Yeah.
What'd you get into? I know you kind of had a chill week.
It was pretty chill. I did a lot of Christmas shopping. I was running around. You know, there's a lot of shopping going on right now. Still time to go do that. So I got to do that, and then I went and had lunch at the Midtowner. It was delightful. I had the Dirty Bird with I get it tossed in buffalo sauce because I like that. Good. I sat at the bar, had a little Irish coffee because I went there, you know, when you can order an Irish coffee. So that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
I love the Dirty Bird with I'll put an egg on it.
Oh yeah,
sometimes
step it up a little bit,
which is disrespectful to chickens, but delicious.
So.
And I order this. This is kind of off menu. I'll get the Monte Cristo, that ham and cheese sandwich, ham and Swiss with French toast as the bread.
Yeah,
man, it's killer. Midtowner, man, they're
like I said, I like to go there a little earlier for breakfast. You know, get some pancakes, get that kind of stuff going. It trips me out thinking about that place and the decor and everything. That it's a kind of place that you would think has been there for ages because like nobody's building an old timey looking. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's very cool.
Even the tiling on the floor, they had to say like, hey, don't do this as well as you could to the contractor. Because the contractor's like, well, people are going to know I did this.
Yeah, don't tell them that I did it.
Yeah. Like, no. Like right here on the corner, there needs to be tiles missing there.
Exactly.
You know, which is like, dude, that's so cool to have something that is creatively that aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, all the pictures, man. It's nostalgia city up in there.
Dude, that's the true Hardy Street right there, too.
Yeah.
You know, lots of old pictures of Hardy Street on Hardy Street. It's very meta.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's a good hang, dude. I always like going there. What else do you get up to?
Other than that, just taking it easy, you know, just being low key, really.
Have you bought all your Christmas gifts?
I still got some to go. You know, I think I got some family members who are putting pressure on me. Always like, you always find the best gifts, and I'm like, well, maybe they're last minute. Who knows? You know.
I feel like you'd be a good gift giver. You know,
yeah.
Like a good gift has like a personal component. I'm kind of bad at the Christmas gift thing.
Yeah, it can be challenging. I think that's one of the things about it. Like you want it to be personal. You want it to be something that's actually like not something. You know, gift cards are great for certain things, but they're so easy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're just like, man, like something different than a gift card.
Right.
You know?
Well, and you want something that's personal. It doesn't necessarily have to be super expensive.
Exactly.
It's just something that means something to
I mean, we've got a lot of great neighbors here in the art center that, you know, they have those little art markets. Those are like the perfect place to buy a gift.
Well, Kyle Bowman especially, his, he did our cactus, his ornaments, like the little light bulb.
Yeah.
It looks like a Christmas light.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of those things, too, that it's personal, it's supporting a local artist, but then it's also no one else is going to have that.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, someone will, but very few people. It's very unique, and it's a special way to, you know, to kind of help celebrate. Great for stocking stuffers.
Definitely.
Too.
Huge.
So we also want people to check out the art market whenever it's up. Follow Hattiesburg Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
Emily Gillespie working super hard on all that stuff.
Huge.
She does a ton of work and does it a lot of the times very thanklessly. So we hope that people support the art market. She herself has knit hats.
Oh, it's beautiful.
She has
I love it.
pretty much anything.
The little
you
masks
want.
she makes, little scarves, and all that
Yeah,
stuff. She's crafty.
So yeah, lots of talented people around here. You know, giving their talents to the city. So yeah, man, it was a good week. Excited about having some time off from school and getting to kind of work on some designs for the store and everything, and try and get some of our catchphrases out there. And
everyone knows it.
Everyone knows, dude. When I do the everyone knows it bit, how annoyed do you get on a scale of 1 to 10? Because it looks like to me when I watch it back, I'm like, I know we're doing a bit.
I
or
do
whatever,
roll my eyes a little bit,
but I feel like it
like
physically hurts you. I feel like it physically causes you pain.
well, I just want to say, like you're like everyone knows it, and I'm like, yeah, everyone knows it. Okay, like let's move along. But
you play it perfectly.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to that. Man, we had a gift card giveaway.
we did.
Which to Ed's Burger Joint, $50 to Ed's, which that's a lot of burgers, man.
Man, you can go hard with $50 at Ed's.
Dude, you can you're gonna live like a king.
Yeah, you
It's
better
insane.
live it up.
Bring some people. But Blake Moore, great guy. So happy he's the one who won that. You know, that's cool. I like it when good things happen to good people.
Yeah, and again, it's cool being able to give stuff away like that. So people should tune in more. Stay tuned to our social media posts and like, share, comment to win, because that's how it's done.
Well, and people have really stepped up and done that, and it's been really cool to see everybody participate, and it's just fun to be a part of, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's been a good time. We're going to hear from him later in the show, and I have no idea what it's going to be, what he's going to say. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
actually.
you told him he could say anything, so I'm a little nervous myself.
I do want to see if he takes me up on talking about UFOs, because
Yeah.
I'm a big UFO guy.
Aliens.
Everyone knows it. You know it. All right, I won't do it.
Everyone knows it.
You know it.
Yeah, they know it.
Aliens, bro. Dude, aliens are my jam.
Oh, God.
All right, well, hey, I want to check out our latest tour at Fais Longleaf Piney Resort.
Okay.
This is the one with the garage door, and you were saying it'd be really good for like somebody like your mom or something.
Yeah, it's from what I remember from going to that particular one. It's got like a roll-up door. It's got access if you have someone who's maybe disabled and bound to a wheelchair. Easy access there, and you don't have to get into like a crawl space to sleep. You can just like the bed's on the ground level there.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of cool. Like I keep thinking my mom had knee replacement surgery, but yeah, it's off kind of secluded to itself. It's a very cool little getaway there.
Yeah.
Little bungalow, if you will.
Yeah, it's cool. Great view of the Trace too, and yeah, just really cool. So we want to give you a little bit of a teaser. If you want to watch the full tour, the link is actually in the description below. But this is me and Jamie's trip to Fais at Longleaf Piney Resort.
Take it away, us.
Man, e-bikes.
E-bikes.
It's the way of the future.
Why pedal when you don't have to?
We've been doing bikes wrong this whole time.
I know, right?
So we're here at Fais
Fais.
Nailed that pronunciation. Didn't have to Google it.
Didn't have to ask anyone.
We're geniuses. So let's check it out. This is a nice deck area here.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Right.
Look at this here.
Okay. Okay.
Spacious.
So yeah, comfy. This is
Yeah.
your bed. And then the TV's right there, says your bed couch.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got this other door too. This is kind of cool.
You got the garage door.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it unlocked?
You can probably unlock it right there. You pull that out.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then you could just ride your bike.
Right
Like
through.
right up to your
Yeah.
through your house.
That's so cool.
This is awesome.
Let's go. Right this way.
Yeah, man.
Roughing it, right?
Roughing it. Nature.
Just loving
Who
it.
said nature had to be tough?
And there you have it, folks. Fais here at the Longleaf Piney Resort.
Fais Wouldn't you know? Made that up just now. Got Jamie. Hey, make sure you book your spot today. This is so cool, man. The e-bikes, bro.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
So much fun. Why would you pedal?
I don't know.
It's kind of a terrible
We're living in a whole new world.
All right, back to us. Me and Jamie. Thank you, us.
Thank you again, us. Yes.
That was great. And yeah, once again, you want to check it out, full video, link in the description below. I think it's time to get our guest on, Tommy Teepell of Grin Coffee.
Grin Coffee.
Bro, I love going to Grin.
Me too.
Jared, one of my favorite baristas.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. I love all of them equally.
Yeah, I like all the people at Grin.
But yeah, good buddy. Always love going to see the people there. Local.
Yeah.
You know everyone. It's quality coffee. The beans are quality.
Quality.
So later on too, we're gonna get to play a game with the kitty mask.
Okay.
Everybody loves Jamie and the kitty mask.
I wasn't ready for this.
And
but
yeah, you're gonna get to sniff some beans. So after this, Tommy Teepell.
I want to give a huge shout out to the Hardy Street Boys for this Ed's gift card. As a family of 5, we eat a lot. We love cheeseburgers. We love playing at Ed's. So this is huge for us, and I'm super grateful and super thankful. And as much as I kind of want to spend it on myself, I will allow my kids and my wife to partake as well. Just kidding. They wouldn't even let me get away with this. They knew about this too. So thank you, Hardy Street Boys, and thank you to Ed's for this as well. We're going to be seeing you guys real soon.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks.
These intros are getting a lot better. Like very musical.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Felt like once again. I feel like we're in an old cop show, kind of. Do it again. Can you do that again? Here, run these fingerprints.
I was never there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
It wasn't me.
Man, Tommy of Grin Coffee. How are you today?
Man, I'm fantastic.
I'm going to start just referring to you all the time as Tommy of Grin Coffee, just in casual conversation. I hope that's okay.
That's powerful. Yeah, I like that. It's
Of
going to go straight to my head, though, real quick.
Tommy of House Grin, how art thou? Man, so how you been? How is Grin Coffee doing? What's it like having your own coffee shop in Hattiesburg?
Oh, my goodness. Right now, it couldn't be better. We're extremely pleased with the way things are going. And I tell you, the support of Hattiesburg is just off the chart. I mean, Hattiesburg is such a great community where anytime you come out with anything new, they're going to give you a shot. And so we have felt the love from the Bergs.
Man, that's awesome. That's good to hear. I love Grin Coffee, man. Like, you know how I know your coffee's good is my nose is just for decoration. It's purely decorative. But I can smell the coffee when I go. I can smell the beans when I, like, not even in the store. Like, you open up that drive-through window and you can just smell it. What got you into coffee? Because I feel like that kind of place can't just be like, all right, well, we got some Folgers and just put it in a cup. It's not that kind of situation, right? So how did you get into that and get into, like, taking such care in this type of business?
So growing up in Louisiana, I'm from Baton Rouge. We've been drinking coffee, when we came out of the womb, and there was a lot more milk than there was coffee. But over time, that shifted. And about, I don't know, it's probably 8 years ago, I was trying to figure out this hobby to do with my family. I just wanted something to do outside of work. I was running a marketing department for a larger corporation, and I was just missing the creative process. And so I created a line of dog water, high-end dog water, and it was called Lick, L-I-Q. And I thought, with the amount of money that's being spent in the pet industry, I'm sure someone will buy a high-end dog water. So we created water that had chamomile tea in it for the anxious dog, water that had electric lights for the performing dog, and then we met with the flavor chemist, and one tasted like chicken and one tasted like peanut butter, and it was really fascinating. The problem is I didn't really love dogs. And so we had a dog, and my kids love our dog. We have a golden doodle. His name is Hank. And so I just thought, what, if I have to spend the rest of my life going into pet stores and vet offices to try to pitch Lick, I'm just going to be unhappy. And so right about that time, this company I was working for, we were in the process of remodeling our building. And I was coming back with the owner while we were coming back from the architect's office, and he started asking where we're going to get certain things for the new building. And one of the questions he asked is, where will we get our coffee from? Is there a local coffee roaster? I didn't think anything of it until that night when I went to dinner with my wife, and I started replaying for her my conversation. And when I got to that part about them asking, hey, is there a local coffee company? Her response was, well, let's start one. So the next day, we started Grin Coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, so we put the halt on on Lick. Brakes were screeching, and we stopped it and just went straight to coffee. And so then we started kind of learning as we went. But the one thing we knew is that we wanted a cup of coffee that tasted really, really good. And so that was the pursuit from the beginning.
Yeah, well, you have achieved that for sure.
Appreciate it.
Dude, I love the cold brew. That is my jam. When you, where, if I get a cold brew, that bean, where is that from? What kind of bean am I? And how? What is that process? Because I'm one of those guys that, I consider myself a hipster. I like to pretend I know how cold brew is made because I have to, but I have no clue. and I know there's other people out there that want to kind of know more about the process. So, but take me from bean to cold brew in my hand.
Sure. First of all, if you're going to have a good cold brew, you've got to have a good bean. And so our beans for our current cold brew, they come out of Colombia. The reason is Colombia's the beans we get have a dark chocolate taste to it. It's just how that bean is, how it's made. I mean, it's how it's grown. It's just in that region, it brings out a lot of dark chocolate notes. And so we start with a great dark roast Colombia bean. From that, we let it sit for a little while, let it degas. Coffee's got so much gas in it, so you have to let it degas. Once it degasses, then we take that coffee and we add it to water. We grind it up, add it to water, and we let it steep for about 22 hours. Wow. And it's loose. So it's like the difference of putting a bagged tea in water and loose tea. I mean, I don't know, grandmothers used to put that loose tea in their water in a container, sit it out on the driveway and just let it sit there all day and then strain it out. And there was just a huge difference between that and a bagged tea. And so one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted those coffee grounds and that water to mingle for 22 hours. And in doing so, I think it brings, the water absorbs so much of those chocolate notes that it just creates a very robust, sturdy, full cold brew. Then we drain it and run it through a couple of filters. I'll tell you, it's a long process, and it's not clean. It is a messy process. But at the end, I think what's shown in the cup is it's just a very smooth, solid cup of coffee. No acidity. I mean, I love it, but then again, I think my kids are cute. So,
right. No, it's good. No, it's good. I mean, we wouldn't ask you about it if it wasn't good. Like, just honestly, I would just leave it alone. It's so good, and that's what I'm saying is, like, it's such a labor of love. Like, you gotta plan 22 hours in advance, for me to just have like a little cup of, it's cold. Yeah, just put it in a cup.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm in and out so quickly too.
Right.
That's the other thing. The service is great. The baristas are great. I actually work out with Jared at the gym. It's cool seeing people there too. Take so much care in what they're doing. What's your favorite coffee at Grin? I know that's a loaded question.
I do not have a favorite coffee. In the morning right now, when I get up, man, when it's dark outside, I'm either drinking a Mad Mama or a Midtowner. I just like a dark coffee to start out the morning with. Something that's just the bright coffees. I love bright coffees, but to me, they're not the ones to get me up in the morning.
Right.
So dark roast morning, and then lunch to afternoon, we start going to medium to light roast.
So what's a Mad Mama and a Midtowner? What are those?
So Mad Mama is the same bean that we use for our cold brew. It's a dark roast Colombian. And then the Peru coffee, the Midtowner, is what we use at the Midtowner restaurant. That was created for Robert and Dusty at Midtowner.
Oh, really?
Okay. And that is a dark Peru bean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's more of a nuttier chocolate taste.
Yeah. Oh, we love the Midtowner. Big Midtown guys. Everybody knows it.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone.
They all know it.
Well, that's cool, man. I didn't realize that. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And so then what's like a brighter coffee maybe that somebody who's not into as dark a roast?
So Hootie Hoo is the one that really kind of launched us. Growing up in South Louisiana, even in the South, French roast coffee for some reason became the go-to coffee for most of us. And the problem with French roast coffee, man, I'm going to start sounding like a coffee snob, so I apologize. But when you look at a bean and it's super shiny, our natural tendency to think it's a fresh bean because it's shiny. Well, what happens is when that bean is being roasted and that bean pops open, the sugars on the inside start working their way to the outside. The longer that bean roasts, those sugars begin to, in a way, get baked on the outer edge, and so it creates this glossy, shiny look. And when it's like right on the edge of being burnt, on the edge of being burnt. And so I thought, you know what? If we're going to start a coffee company, I want to try to bring those that are drinking French roast, bring it down a notch and let them enjoy a medium roast. And so we went after a Costa Rican coffee that was not too off-putting. that would be it's a mild to medium roast, but we felt like it was something that I think if people tried it, they would like it. And then we named it after a friend of ours who is from South Carolina. And South Carolina, and her salutation was "Hootie Hoo." I mean, she would holler "Hootie Hoo" across the soccer field, and you knew who it was. Hootie Hoo! Yeah, she'd go "Hootie Hoo!" I mean, we knew exactly who it was. And so when we started this coffee, I was like, nothing screams fun like Hootie Hoo, and so that was what we launched. We launched Costa Rican medium roast Hootie Hoo, and what was truly interesting is when we first started selling it, people were like, "Well, can you make this for a K cup? I only like K cups. Can you make it for a K cup?" And we're like, no, we can't make it for a K-Cup. And those same people that wanted it as a K-Cup now are buying whole beans, and they've bought their own grinder, and they're grinding it every morning before they make their pot of coffee.
Right.
So we've seen this transition where those just wanted a speedy cup are now saying, I'd rather a great quality bean, and I'll take the time to make the cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's truly, it really is amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So medium roast, Hootie Hoo is our go-to medium roast. We also have a medium roast called Sun Punch. So growing up, my dad used to sing the song to us, and it's I forget who it's by, but it goes, "It's a beautiful day, coming up strong. Watch out, the sun is going to punch you in the eye." Well, I would always sing the song to my kids growing up, and then I named this coffee, Honduras coffee, Sun Punch. And one day my mom asked me, she goes, "Now why did you come up with the name Sun Punch?" I was like, "Well, Mom, it's from that song that Dad used to sing to us." And I sing it to her, and she's like, "It doesn't say look out, the sun's going to punch you in the eye. It said look out, the sun's going to hit you in the eye." And I was like, well, Sun Hit's a stupid name for a coffee. I'm sticking with Sun Punch.
Sun Punch is killer.
I'm going with what I remember.
That's a great name, too.
Yeah, so Sun Punch is the Honduras coffee.
That's awesome.
And then we have a couple light roasts. We have one from Brazil, and we thought it would be temporary light roast, so we called it Jam and Gypsy. We didn't think it'd be here very long, but it basically smells like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it kind of tastes that way.
Wow.
And so since it wasn't going to be here very long, Gypsy seemed like the right name, but somehow it has become a mainstay. So Jam and Gypsy is that, and then we also have Seersucker, which is a light roast Ethiopian, and then every now and then we come in with some other ones. We have a Merry and Bright, which is out right now for Christmas. It's
right.
Coffee from Guatemalan and a Guatemalan bean. Yeah, and we're always tinkering.
Well, that's cool because you can run specials with, you find a bean you like or, experiment. Do you ever like mix beans together?
Sure.
Is that a thing? I feel like there's so many possibilities with that.
There really is. We mix beans. Our espresso bean is that. It's called Flying Fiddle. Growing up again, Louisiana, we're big Cajun dancers and Cajun music lovers, and learned that from my grandparents. They would take us Cajun dancing all the time. And the one thing I love is when that fiddle would start going, and all these people. Oh my goodness, man!
Zydeco, man.
Oh, we do the crippled chicken, and we get up there and just dance, and so I figure if we're gonna create an espresso, I'm gonna name it after something that gets you going, and so that's why it's called Flying Fiddle. And it's a blend. It's a blend of dark roast and light roast. So
yeah,
it's got the weight that you want in a cup, but also brings out some of the light notes.
That's so cool. And I think people too that even if you don't like coffee, you got to check that out and see. Yeah, maybe you're a K cup guy, you like the convenience, but it really is next level.
It's funny when we started. Again, we knew that. It was going to take some education, and I knew that the people of Hattiesburg would take a chance on us. And I always said I want them to enjoy our coffee and to buy our coffee, not because we're local, but because we're good. And so people have took a chance on us because we were local, but I think they've remained with us because it's good.
Yeah.
And the one thing about good coffee is that great conversation takes place around great cups of coffee, and because if you ever have a bad cup of coffee and you're talking with someone, the majority of your conversation is talking about how bad that coffee is. It's like you may start talking to someone, and you take a sip, and you're like, "This is just terrible." And
yeah.
you talk, and you take another sip. This is just terrible. And it's like somehow that is the villain. That bad cup of coffee is the villain.
The centerpiece.
It is. And so what we like about our coffee is someone will take a sip of it and say, "Man, this is good coffee," and then they won't say another word about it. And that's what we want. We don't want to be the hero of their story. We want them to just have a sip, enjoy it, and then get on with their conversation.
Yeah, make conversation that much better. That's awesome. Man, it's like you're almost like you're putting grins on people's
Oh,
faces. Let's go! Hi-yo! But man, seriously, what you're doing for Hattiesburg is so great, and honestly,
I appreciate it.
Some of my family from Lafayette, I love the Cajun flavor. What are your feelings on chicory?
It's funny that you should ask. You either love it or you don't. Mm-hmm. But I just told someone recently that I'm ready to introduce a coffee that has chicory in it, just to pay homage to my roots. We'll probably have to do it in our special way, but I kind of want to give it a shot.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. Jamie, you got something?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit. I love coming over to the store. One of the things that I feel like people could know about is that y'all, other than coffee, y'all do some sweet treats. Y'all do some Pop-Tarts.
Ooh, we do some Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, can you talk about the Pop-Tarts? Those are like homemade Pop-Tarts.
Those are some homemade Pop-Tarts. Yeah, we figured if we're going to have good coffee, then we need to have some good treats. And my wife loves to cook. I mean, she is a fantastic cook. And she one day said, I think we should have Pop-Tarts. The same woman, same lady who told us we should start a coffee company told us that we should have Pop-Tarts. And so it was last year, she introduced I believe it was a pumpkin Pop-Tart right around Thanksgiving and just crushed it. I mean, it was fantastic. And so then that led to brown sugar Pop-Tarts and Nutella Pop-Tarts. And at I believe last year at Mardi Gras, we had some king cake Pop-Tarts, and we've done blueberry Pop-Tarts and strawberry goat cheese Pop-Tarts. And they're everything we do is in this little, it's probably 10 by 10. I mean, it's a tiny space that they're working out of. I'm so cheap that when we first started baking, I just bought 2 Walmart ovens, and that is what we baked all of our goods on. Were Walmart ovens.
Really?
And I just was afraid to buy a big oven because I didn't know how it was going to turn out.
Right.
So, but all of our gluten-free muffins are made in shop. Our Pop-Tarts are made in shop.
Bacon cheddar scone is my go-to.
Ooh,
So
that
good.
is phenomenal.
And can we say too that when people hear Pop-Tarts, they think of the thing that you get out of like a foil.
That's right.
Out of
That's
paper.
right.
No, these are like flaky. You can almost see the butter on them. Like this is totally different.
Artisanal.
It's called
Artisanal.
Pop-Tart, but I feel like the name Pop-Tart, it's the opposite of what.
Maybe we should call them like Pal Tarts or something like that.
Pow. Yeah.
I don't know, something.
I don't know.
Or just Pop-Tarts, like with the AHP or something. Pop-Tarts. Because it's not what you would expect. Like
No.
it's from that name. It's so good.
It is a party in your mouth for sure. It really is. I mean, it is good. And then the favorite one we offer, which people say that I'm old because I like it, but I just love oatmeal raisin cookies.
Oh, yeah.
I love oatmeal raisin cookies. And every time I eat one, I'm made fun of because they say I'm old because I like oatmeal raisin cookies. But they make an oatmeal raisin cookie that is the best oatmeal raisin cookie I've ever had.
That's
and
awesome.
I go to town on them. And they rarely do they make it out to the display because I usually I'm taking them out of the kitchen while they're eating. I've had them. They're usually breakfast, lunch for me. I mean, I just like them.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm so healthy.
The other thing I wanted to touch on was your space. You're in a little space on Broadway Drive, but I believe you have some future plans if you want to touch on those a little bit.
When this is what's truly amazing. When we started, I don't know if y'all were around when the Yokel was downtown Hattiesburg.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Cagle, when I told him that we bought a roaster, he said, well, look, if you ever need someplace to put that roaster, you can set it up in my kitchen. And so they set my roaster up in their kitchen, gave me a key to the Yokel, and I would go there at 9 o'clock at night and start roasting coffee. Lock up and I left. Then we went from there to the Lucky Rabbit. Brandon and Abby said, hey, you want to set up your roaster here? We'll let you set up your roaster here. We did that. Then I went to a remote area, it finally came time. I was like, you know what? It's time to get this roaster out in the open. Mm-hmm. And so we started looking around, and I just felt like we needed to put it on Broadway Drive. And it wasn't a popular decision. People were like, why would you bring it to Broadway Drive? I mean, places go, things die when they go to Broadway Drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, one, we can afford rent on Broadway Drive. And two, I believe we have a product that could bring life to Broadway Drive. Mm. And I think people would support it if we came over here. And sure enough, man, it really took off. I mean, the love and support that we got from those on Broadway Drive in this area, really, and we were just overwhelmed. I remember, in this, a little bit vulnerable here, I remember the day that we opened, I was so worried about whether or not people were going to like it or not like it, because everyone judged us on a 6-inch tall bag for years. I mean, they'd go to the grocery store and they would judge our brand on this bag of coffee. And I thought, oh no, we're going to create a place and they're going to judge us on these doors that they walk in. And at lunchtime, I was in the kitchen sitting down on a bucket crying because I was so overwhelmed with the love that was poured out on our opening day. Like, people came to Broadway Drive and came in our shop and bought something. Like, that just overwhelmed me. And so when the time came where we knew that we were only going to be able to be there a couple of years before we outgrew it, like, that was the hope. The opportunity came across. We looked across the street and saw that this building, that CarQuest had moved from this building, and we're like, okay, well, I think this might be the spot. And so we started, and we tried to pursue that and ended up getting it. And I'm going to tell you something. Jamie, you asked, that building is amazing. It really is. One, it is huge, which is fantastic. But when it's all said and done, and people say it's going to be like nothing like anything, any Hattiesburg, anything else in Hattiesburg. And the reality is, I think the way we're going to decorate it, it will be a little bit different than most things you'll find in Hattiesburg. Probably nothing in Hattiesburg will look like the inside of this shop. And I think probably one someone who, I don't want to say as an artist, but someone who's an inventor. My background, I'm a toy inventor by nature. I worked for a toy company for years, inventing toys. I'm just more of this fascinated by, bright, shiny objects. And so this space is going to have a lot of bright, shiny objects, but it's going to be set up where we can have upwards of 40 people inside. Our roasting area is a lot larger for a larger roaster. Our production, we've created a larger space so we can create more cold brew, not only bottling cold brew, but also canning seasonal cold brew drinks and coming out with just unique flavors. We did something during the spring. We did a lemonade espresso drink, and it was amazing. It was refreshing. It was delicious. It tastes like coffee. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. And so, one of those things is like, if we can can this for a little while, it'd be fun to can this. And so trying to create a space where we can do those things. And so it's just it's a bigger space to have fun.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like coffee production.
Yes.
Not just like a coffee place.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Well, man, we're so excited about that space, and really, really thankful that you're, investing in Broadway, because Broadway Drive should be a premier street in town.
Agreed. Agreed.
And it's good that you're doing that. It's good that the city is supporting you. People of the city, we're really excited for that. But what we're also really excited for is a game. You ready to play a game?
I think I like games.
This game is called
Where's That Bean From?
All right, this is Where's That Bean From? Because you have beans from all over the world.
That's right. We got beans from all over the world.
So we want to see what this is at. Where's this bean actually from? You ready, Jamie?
I am ready. I'm ready to smell beans and use my geographical knowledge to try and place those beans.
All right, here we go.
First olfactory challenge right here.
Okay.
And for the listeners, we have a white paper bag. Jamie is in a kitty mask. He looks adorable.
They smell very sweet. What?
Oh, very sweet.
It smells very sweet.
Yeah.
I'm almost getting like cinnamony notes. Like, I don't know. I don't know where this would be from. Where do they make cinnamon? Is it from South? Can I get like a help? Is it Central American or is it like South American? Is this like?
Well, that was really just a warm up. Those were hot tamale candies.
Oh.
Yeah. So I kind of tricked you on that one, just to kind of get your olfactory ready.
So that bean's from the dollar store.
It's from the dollar store, but I will say this: you nailed it. It does smell like cinnamon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So your nose is working.
Your nose is working. That was a test.
That's good.
Good job. All right.
That's tricky, Tommy. All right, bag number 2.
All right.
Let's see. What are you smelling in the bag too?
Get in there.
Very bright coffee notes. Of course.
Look at you.
Coffee
Golly.
notes.
Definitely has like a chocolatey smell. Definitely chocolately notes. I'm feeling chocolatey notes. Of course, I feel like they're. This wouldn't be like Colombian, would it? Is this like a Colombian or is this like a Peruvian? It's so hard to tell.
Now smell that one at the same. Smell that one and tell me what if there's any resemblance there.
This doesn't smell like coffee at all. This smells like fruit
Okay.
in a bag.
Good. That's a green apple.
Okay.
All right. So, and then smell that one again. They're in your hands.
Okay. Wow. I'm smelling coffee again. I'm smelling coffee beans
Good.
from somewhere. Guatemala, maybe?
Oh, so close. I mean, it's close. Very close.
Costa Rica?
Oh, very close. Honduras.
Honduras.
That's our sun punch.
Sun Punch.
Yeah, and it's got notes of it's got chocolate notes. It's got a little citrus notes, and then it's when you taste it, it's got green apple notes.
I like that.
okay.
Oh, how
Little
fancy, huh?
notes of
I'm
green
thinking
apple.
Jamie's gonna be a coffee snob.
Man, he's got it.
Yeah.
His nose is on
All right,
point.
Jamie.
I'm going to be showing up to the coffee
Here we
shop
go.
with my
Number
kitty
two.
mask
Number
on.
two. I'm shaking it up. I'm starting to break up the beans here. Oh, that sounds good. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
Is this a darker roast? Am I just like,
Ooh.
I feel like this is, ooh, I like this. This is a rich coffee smell. Almost very like luxurious smell.
That's a fantastic.
If that's a,
that might go on a bag.
do they have sommeliers for coffee? What is that?
Yeah,
person?
yeah.
Like, I'm like,
All right, smell that one and see there's some similarities
okay,
there.
all right.
A new career path.
I know.
Oh, that smells like chocolate in a bag.
That's chocolate in a bag. Now, and then smell that one again and tell me what if you see any similarities.
I do. This has chocolate notes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the fact that I just took a big whiff of chocolate. Is this Colombian?
Yes. Ding 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 ding.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, give yourself
Yeah.
a
Well done. That is
right.
right there is what our cold brew is
Thunderous
made
applause.
out of. That's Mad Mama.
Ooh.
You're a Mad Mama, Jamie.
So Mad Mama is more dark roast,
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
and the Sun Punch was a lighter roast.
That's right.
I'm actually surprised at how I could smell the dark roast.
It's just that it smelled like when you smell it, you're like, oh, this smells dark. Like that's the
I do drink coffee, but I don't think I drink coffee and like actually take notice of things like that.
right.
You know?
Right.
It's truly amazing. I'll let you go at this one.
This is a little bit brighter. I want to say this is a little bit lighter roast. I'm guessing something.
Oh, you're killing it, man.
Yeah, you're on.
You're
on
really
point.
on.
This one, I know you were touching on some certain places earlier, but I could be far off if I was thinking like this is different from a lot of the other stuff I've been smelling.
All right.
What does it smell
Well,
like?
yeah, give me a note that you're smelling.
It's so bright. I want to say like I'm getting all. I don't want to say vanilla notes, but it's just something a little bit brighter, something a little bit.
Vanilla. That's interesting.
It sounds crazy. I know.
Oh, it is crazy.
Um.
Tell me, smell this one.
Okay.
What's crazy is you smelling random bags with a cat mask on.
That's right, that
Let's,
is
let's
random.
just lean into
This
it.
smells like nuts.
Okay. All right.
It smells like nuts.
Perfect. Now, and smell that one again.
This one definitely has a nuttiness to it now that I've inhaled nut smell.
Nothing like a good nut smell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You love to inhale that.
You love that.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows, Jamie. Little kitty cat
All
mask
right.
on. So go ahead.
There's a nuttiness to it. I want to say, is that Guatemalan? Is that, or is it Peruvian?
Oh, so
Or is it
close.
Ethiopian?
Oh,
I'm just all over the map.
Start naming them all.
Brazil.
There it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
Brazil.
They do Brazil nuts. That's a type of nut. So, yeah.
I tell you what's interesting. I tell you, your olfactory is strong. That was Jam and Gypsy, and you were smelling bright notes.
Bright.
And it's got a little bit of this grape smell to it. But when you open up the thing, and you smell it. It really smells like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's what you're saying. The Jam and Gypsy.
Go ahead.
Let me
Go ahead,
see
Drew.
this.
Give it a whiff.
Yeah, it smells like Brazil. It smells like soccer and percussion.
Yeah. Carnival.
Favorite things.
Jam
Jam and Gypsy.
That's Jam and Gypsy.
And this is the one you said was going to be temporary, but you
That's
ended up
right.
just having to keep it on the menu because it was so good.
Hardy Street Boys are going to Carnival.
That's right.
Oh,
If we can
Hardy
get
Street
enough-
Boys do Rio?
If we
Do
can
Rio.
get enough people on Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. Support our Patreon so we can go to Carnival, please.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is so cool.
Am I done? Is that coffee?
That's it.
I think that's all of them.
All right.
Yeah. Look at that, 1 for 3.
Well,
That's incredible.
It's not bad.
33.3333% correct.
Man, that
Well,
was great.
I like geography and, beans all over the world. And I'm so happy that you're bringing beans to Hattiesburg.
Well, thank you.
And that's what we really love about people in Hattiesburg. It's such a cultural place. You know, it's such a there's so much to offer here in Hattiesburg, and you're a great big part of that, man.
Well,
so we're so happy to have you in the city. You know, if people want to follow Grin online, they can check all the links in the description below. Can follow you on social media, check out the website, and really keep your eyes out for the new location.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a good hang. And so we're just so excited. Thanks for so much for taking the time. And,
I appreciate it, Drew.
And
Thanks,
sharing your beans with us, man.
Yeah,
This is killer.
I love to share my beans.
Jamie, can you play us out with something?
Grin Coffee on Broadway Drive. That's how we live.
You're roasting it.
Yeah, keep roasting them. Keep roasting them beans. Hattiesburg coffee is the scene. Take it to the Midtowner. Go and pull up to the counter. Get a fresh cup. I said, that's what's up. You got to get the cup of the Grin in your coffee cup.
We're available for Jamie.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We want people to know.
You nailed it. Well done.